Okay, so I will share my screen first with you. Makita na class ang presentation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this morning, again, as what I mentioned, I'll be talking about the different transportation modes that is needed in logistics. What is logistics, no? Ang ihang process, and also an introduction to fundamental logistics, which is still part of transportation. No, so transportation actually helps the economy class, no, in so many ways, not just in tourism. No, although tourism helps boost the economy, kaya of course, so pinaka before the pandemic, mo dyan ang pinaka major jud nga sector nga we're in. There is always revenue, there's always income because people travel a lot. No, at the same time, ang nakayot po sa tourism is it provides many opportunities, no, such as jobs, no, and businesses. And transportation is also a part, no, one of the essential, no, nga part of tourism. Kung nakayon mo sa 5 ways of tourism, no, I also did my master's thesis on that, no, 5 ways of tourism nga wherein not only ang attractions ang pinaka-vital to become a tourism destination, but also accessibility, which is transportation. Now, again, as what I've mentioned, transportation not only plays a very vital role in tourism, but it also plays a very vital role even in businesses, in the economy in general. Now, because, of course, kung magnegosyo ka niya, walay duol nga kakuanan nga supplier for your proposed business, no, where would you get your supplies? So sometimes you would do outsourcing, mangita ka dira. Sometimes those supplies can be located as far as Manila, no, sometimes out of the country pa, no, uban gani dira nga mag-online selling, no, nga mupalit sila for example sa Shopee, no, by bulk niya, sometimes outside of the country na siya din ila din ang area sell, no, buy and sell, which is it still includes logistics and transportation. No, kanang pag-track pala nimo daan class sa imong parcel from let's say JNT, no, or for example Ninja van, no. So kana pa lang, no, pag-transport niya from one warehouse to another, then pag-abot dito sa San Carlos, nag-need siya logistics, no. And it is made possible because no, made possible nga maka-track kasi mong parcel, it is because of logistics, no. So ing ana pud ka very vital siya as a whole. So fundamental logistics are, or where should resources be moved to and by what mode and route when should resources be moved. The where question includes the topics of terminal location, vehicle routing. There are two pronunciations. We could pronounce it as route or route. Kaya sarap pwede. No, and shortest path methods and network flow allocation. The when question includes the topic of distribution rules. So, ang main focus should be logistics class is where and when. No, when is the product or the service needed, and where. No, when kanusa o asa na siya i-deliver. Because for example, if I do online selling, and then I'm going to sell a merchandise or an item, and I cannot find someone that can ship or carry my goods, no, to the other island, then maglisod ko og baligya, no, especially if I would like to expand my market, no. Kay ang trend biya pod karon kaso if you own a business, no, one of your main goals in owning a business is mo expand jud ka, not just here, no, in your locality, but you would like to expand to other places, and it would be um counterproductive and very costly if you would have to do the deliveries yourself, no. Magtudyo kag kabangkal, ikaw jud mo deliver mismo, mo agtudyo ka dito og kuan og Cebu og Manila sa kayo ka barko plitihan jud nimo para lang ma-deliver right on the doorstep of your consignee or the receiver, no, ang iyang items sa gusto madawat, no. So dili po na siya. So that is where logistics and carriers come in, no. So, igor siya mo decide kano sa man nimo ni siya i-ship, kano sa man dapat ni madawat ni consignee, and asa niya siya dapat ipadala. Okay, so if you were to define transportation, it is the movement of people and goods from one location to another. This is just like no, travel. No, pares put very close kasi like definition ni travel, no, nga movement of people from one place to another. Okay. wrong spelling of Wikipedia. As much as I would love Wikipedia when I was a student, but since this is not actually my PowerPoint no, nagkuha ako class last minute kay I do not have the time anymore to make a PowerPoint. So, actually, sidetrack lang ko ha. When we get our resources class, no, when kato mo po niya akong ginatulo sa mga bata, kato nag-research po ko, we do not rely on Wikipedia because why? Although Wikipedia offers a lot of um, references, no, dili ra siya kay siya masabtan because dili man technical terms ang ginagamit ni Wikipedia and it's also itemized, no, categorize yun siya into different sections, but I would prefer that you would get your resources from reliable jud nga websites wherein dili siya ma-edited. Wikipedia can be edited bangod class by anyone. At the same time, it does not have an author, no? So, Ivy Angel knows this no because I also taught research to them when she was in senior high dito sa Santa Rita. No? So, wala siya. Sidetrack na ko. Main reason was I wasn't able to make my own PowerPoint kay medyo na busy ko atong arkwat pud guys no nya 1 week pud ming sinabmit tay ato og files no, so that's why. But of course this is still part of transportation no, under siya po siya sa book ninyo nga principles of transportation is still part of transportation management. Okay, next, transportation is the movement of products from one node in the distribution channel to the other. Okay. So, the most important component of logistics cost, at least two-thirds of the total cost or at least one-third, no? It doesn't have to be costly class, no? If nakasulay na magpadala sa LBC, namukuta na sila pila man ang cost aning imong gipadala, no? For example, banabi ko, like, last time, padalabi ko files, no? Pag-print, pag-bind tanan, 1.5 ang ako ang nabayran, no? Sa pagpadala, no? And then, either they would lessen the shipping cost or but it doesn't have to be costly because you're just only paying for the carrier to deliver your products no, and if mudako ang imong shipping kaysa sa actual item no, lugi ka on that part no. So usually at least two-third or one-third of the total cost no ang components sa logistics. So transport involves around equipment such as trucks, planes, trains, boats, and pipelines. So there are different modes class of way of where we deliver no our products no and services no, but usually products naman dyan na siya, tangible products no, through trucks no, pinaka common dyan na no by land, so kana mga dagko nga delivery trucks if you're only going to do it within an island no, or for example within the province. Planes, so ni pinakapaspas actually no, the most efficient way of delivering your products to the destination is through plane. But it's quite costly if you compare it by boat and by trucks. Trains are not as much as popular here. If you go to the other countries, mas koan class, no, mas convenient para nila if ipadala nila o through train, no, ang ilahang products, no. But here, no, dili kay ana siya kasikat. No, we don't have railways anymore. Not unless if ko ano MRT, pero patong pasabot ka ng mga partner with logistics. So usually, trucks na siya class motorcycles, vans, planes, boats no, pinaka-common po na siya class no. Daghan kaayo day sa Pilipinas class ang mga cargo no, mga cargo ships nga magdala na sila dagko kaayo nga class sa tawag ana oy, nalimot ko kanang murag steel nga rectangle, nalimot ba ko ana unsay tawag ana no, ginahimo gina siya og low cost nga balay kani karon, pero mo na usually no ginabutang nila ang mga mga i-deliver no, daghan kay nag mga cargo boats diri sa Philippines. So mo pinaka convenient way and it's cheaper if you compare to delivering it by plane, although mas dali maabot if by plane no. Matingalagi mo nga why does it take at least 2 days for my parcel or delivery gikag Manila paabot diri sa sa Negros. So it would take 2 days. No, because by ship, no, para mas cheaper siya because you're only paying at least 100 for the shipping. Unya, kon siya nag-uban tag 200 pero kuan ano dili na kay siya anak jud ka expensive if you compare it jud nga sa uban gani nga carriers class nga magpakuan sila tag 500, 600 no. I think katong pabakolod ra 600 kung sa LBC na rush no. So depende po na sa kadaghanon pud og kabug-aton sa imong ipadala no. Later on I will also discuss the economy of distance no. It comes to logistics. Pipeline, if you would wonder, ano apilang pipeline, ma'am, no, sa transportation of goods? It is because, class, no, like for example, oil, no, crudo, dili na ipaagi sa pipeline. Dili man, na may uban, class nga, maagi sila cargo ships, no, nga, dili sa kanang mga dagko kailang nga containers nila ibutang ang crudo, pero na po yung uban class nga through pipeline. In the US, it's really quite common. I don't know lang here in the Philippines, but in the US, when they deliver oil, no, from one state to another, through pipes na siya. Next is, next is people. Okay, people like drivers, loaders, and unloaders. No, so, of course, dili man nga si driver lang mag-drive siya sa delivery trucks, yan na lang po ang mag-unload. No? We would need people to unload the cargo for him. No, kung bugat o duha. So, usually, by partner dyan na sila. Okay, decisions includes what is in the contract. So, ako po na i-discuss later on in transportation. The difference between irregulated, a contracted, and an exempt kind of transport or carrier. So we have the routing, timing, quantities, equipment size, and transport mode. Usually, if it's a contracted carrier, no, with which is kamurang duha no within the consignee ang katong receive sa item. Oh no, sorry, the carrier and the shipper, which is for example ikaw gabaligya abi ka og kanang mga kuan class, gabaligya abi ka og kanang makeup no, to ibutang baligya kag makeup unya di ka ginahan anang kuan kanang regulated nga wherein everyone kay ko ginahan jud kag mukuha kag imong galingon jud nga mo deliver sa imong carrier nga mo deliver jud sa imong items no. So kuha ka og kanang privately owned company no nga naa sila'y delivery services no, and then kamo na bahala magkuan no. So, it is written in the contract nga okay mo ni siya dapat ha every kuan mo ni siya kung bayad every month, and then mo ni siya number of quantities usually akong i-deliver no to my resellers niya, mo ni siya ang gusto na ko nga transport mode no. So mo na siya. Okay, in developing countries, we often find it necessary to locate production close to both markets and resources. While in countries with developed distribution, naputol. Wait lang. Okay. So in developing countries class, it's easy to locate product close to both markets and resources. Pero with developed countries, no, so systems can live in places far from production and resources. So usually class like here in the Philippines, it's much better if we have production for example no manufacturing unya mo supply na sila dinagko jud nga mga items and products jud sa consignees no, like for example rubber no, kay nya kani siya manufacturing niya siya produce siya og rubber niya ibaligya ni niya sa mo supply siya og rubber sa kani mohimo og mga slippers no, or mga plastic wares or kanang mga rubber plastic wares kanang mga rubber shoes no, or slippers no. So if developing pa ang country no, dili pa kay siya well developed class no, like here in the Philippines, it's much better to locate it close to markets and resources because if it's far no, mas costly ang shipping. Pero sa mga developed countries usually okay ra magbahalag layo no, kay wala ra may kaso na sila, they have the right equipment and resources for that masking layo pa kaayo. Okay, so what is the role of transportation in logistics? As what I've mentioned before, transportation not only plays a very vital role in tourism, no nga, it can deliver people from one destination to another, no, gikan sa airport sa Palawan, padulong na pud siya og Iloilo or ato na pud siya dito sa kuan, sa Cebu, no. It also plays a very vital role in logistics class. It helps the economy. So transportation is the physical link connecting the firm to its suppliers and customers. Again, akong gihatong yung nga example class nga ikaw ginahan ka mo baligya pero si Sir Duca no baligya siya mga CD nya naa siya yung mga customer nga kanang taga Manila no lagyo kaayo nya collector pod parehas niya mo collect pod og DVD nya unsa man pagpadala ni Sir Duca sa iyahang mga gibaligya nga CDs no nga collector's item if walay carrier available to ship all of his products or items to the consignee or to the receiver, 'di ba? So, mo po na siya. No, importante kay si transportation. Unya, the consignee cannot also receive his orders if walay transportation. Yan na kanya. Without that, no, dili mo expand ang market ni Sir Duca sa other places. No, magpabili na siya diri within the locality of San Carlos City. And knowing San Carlos City, dili ing ana kayo kahalinon ang mga DVDs. Cannot all are collectors of like kanang mga ko ano mga old movies no mga classic nga movies ya ang iyahang negosyo malugi no kay gamay ra kaayo jud ang mopalit diri so it does not help the economy as well it does not help also Sir Duca as a small business owner no but with transportation no he can expand his market to other places no maka-expand siya even in abroad no if ginahan siya no if he can cater to that no so with transportation it really helps small businesses no the economy tourism so ano siya ka-importante even the consignee no kay for example ikaw consignee ginahan po ko mamaligya og kuan pero asa man ko mangita og supplies and materials para ibaligyan ako sa akong business oy nga naa man day sa Manila unya wala may kapadad-an diri sa ako so wala koy ma-receive di ko ka start sa akong business no so mapod na siya. Okay, in a nodes and link scenario, transportation is the link between fixed facilities or nodes. What we meant about fixed facilities is like, for example, from the manufacturer to the company. Oh, like such as in hotels, no? Hatagla ko example, no? Mag-outsourcing ka og ingredients, no? Unya, layo kayo ang farm, ato pa ditog Benguet. Unya, unsaon man na nimo, no? So transportation can link two fixed facilities like the farm in Benguet and the hotel in Manila or even in Cebu. So transportation also adds value to the product by providing time and place utility for the firm's goods. And transportation also helps class because no mapadali ang pag-abot sa needed nga supplies to the consignee and mapadali po ang pag-ship sa items to the consignee. Okay, let's now proceed to the strategy. So the strategy must acknowledge the following elements. You have the customer's requirements, timely shipments, mode selection, carrier relationships, measurement, regulatory impact, and flexibility. So transport decision making depends on responsiveness. So how quick no mo respond ang imuhang partner nga carrier no towards so pag-deliver sa imong kung dugay abi kaayo mo respond si carrier niya for example nagpabilan ra dito imong parcel sa shipper no nya gahulat taon si consignee kay gato lagi siya usa ka semana ra maabot no nya dili kay responsive ang carrier no so madugay po especially if it's a perishable item no perishable such as food no nga naay shelf life. Next is reliability and relationships. Okay, let's now proceed to the transportation functions, principles, and participants. So what we mean about transportation functions, na ay duha na we have the product movement and the product storage. So naara dyan time class nga ma-store sa warehouse ang product. For example, na inter-island abi class no gikag Manila niya. Pabilin siya ko sa kaadlaw diri sa warehouse no kay wala pa naabot ang cargo ship kung modalaan ning mga materials or kani nga parcel to the consignee. That is product storage. Product movement is of course no sometimes pag piggy bank or a piggyback or birdie back no mo lang ginatawag na mo class to for example if ang parcel abi is koan gikag Manila to Bacolod kay koan siya no through cargo ship and then Bacolod to San Carlos abi is nag piggyback ra siya sa truck no so that is an example of product movement no transfer no movement of the product from one destination to another. Next is transportation principles mo na siya kung gi-mention kanina no economy of scale and economy of distance. So ang cost pod sa delivery class depends on the distance and the weight of the product no or kadaghanon. No, either kabukaton or kadaghanon sa item. And of course, the distance as well. And we also have the transportation participants. So na dira ang shipper, no, ang magpadala sa item. Consignee ang mo receive. Public katong mo demand, Of course, di man mo exist ang shipper if walay public nga mo din. For example, we need food, no? Or for example, we need this kind of item, no? Who can ship it to us? Or kinsa ang na-available ani? O, so you have the shipper, no? So, of course, di man mo exist ang mga restaurants, no, hotels, or other businesses, even diri, no, like food, if walay public nga mo demand on such things, no. Mabitaw da class, no, demand creates a lot of opportunities for no, for small businesses. For example, di San Carlos, no, nga mo demand abita og kuan talay butang wala kayo tay o persona katong na-trend sa milk tea or na-trend abi sa kananan pod unya nagdemand ta ana, no, so naa po nangitag way para to provide it for us, no, so ana pod na siya. Kinak sa government, of course, no, appeal pod na si government sa participants transportation because again, no, balik siya ako nag-ingon yung it helps the economy, it provides business opportunities and even jobs, no, because of transportation, no, because there's a demand, no, for such items to be delivered. Okay? Carriers and agents, no, such as no kanang mga logistics partner, no, or personal JNT nga mo deliver or LBC. No, kay sila man ay bahala mo padala, no, sa no, siya ay bahala mo sa tawag na mo asikaso sa needs ni shipper and the consignee. Okay, let's now proceed to economies of scale. So the more items weigh is transported, the less transportation cost per item. So for example, to ibotan diri, one book is equivalent yung cost is $100 per book ang iyahang i-deliver, no. So kung mo-deliver kag usa ka libro, o ang iyang gasto na is $100 na siya, no, kay usa ra man no nya mo gasto pa ta og kuan og gasolina og effort padala niya usa ra ka book yung padala, so mo na dira na magtapok tanan ang bayan, no. But if you're going to deliver at least 1,000 books, no, 1,000 ka book, siya at least 10 per book, no, so mas cheaper na lang siya, no, the more items are shipped, the more cheaper ang cost per transport. Napad Japon mo class, basin nakatulog na mo ha. Hello? Nara Japon mo, sinawala na mo. Hala, pati na akong chika niya, connection lost di ay ko. Mas lesser ang imuhang transportation cost if daghan ang imong items ipadala, no, by bulk. If usara, medyo expensive ang transportation cost niya, no. Para sa pananang kuan good, no, fix og kuan fixed price, no, or fixed cost. May gitag fixed cost gani class kaysa kana variable cost. Ang fixed cost is regardless if pila pa na siya kabuok or unsa pa na siya nga date, like within the year, like this month or next month, ang cost niya dili mausab, no. Fixed jud na siya. Ang variable cost is more on mag-change siya based on seasonality, no, based on no, like for example like fuel, no, that's part of variable cost, no. So sometimes class, no, in economy of scale, fixed cost na siya, like para sa nang mo palit kag daghan kayo by bulk pero yung shipping cost the same ra, so mas makatipid ka. But if you're only going to pay for one item, so yung although fixed na ang kuan, no, ang shipping cost the same ra Japon, pero dili ka makatipid kid ako kaayo, no. Anong murag imbes makatipid ka kay daghan imong palito niya, same ra ang price, no. So mo na siya ang economy of scale. Economy of distance is the more layo ang imong deliveran, no, the more cheaper ang imong delivery cost. But that does not apply to everyone, no, kay or at everything, no, kay na may mga cases pod class nga ang katunong mas layo ang mas expensive kay shipping cost. Okay, transportation participants, you have the shipper, consignee, public, government, carrier, and agent. So, what I've mentioned, ang shipper, mo na siya ang katong o mo deliver sa mga items. Like for example, gabaligya ka, ikaw ang shipper, kay padala nimo na siya sa consignee. Ang consignee is the receiver, no? Or he or she is responsible of receiving the item. So, next is, okay, naapa mo actually. Just checking. Next is public. Of course, public creates the demand. No, if wala ang public to demand those things, no, dili pod ma-exist ang mga business establishments, no, if walay ga demand og atong ibutang, walay ga demand og food, walay ga demand og certain items, no, so dili na ma-create ka na siya nga demand, no. So the public is actually responsible for creating the demand, like, oh, you want, or daghan ang ga-demand to have this kind of item, no, and then wala man sila kapangitaan diri, so of course, no, ikaw ang mo create ana nga item, of course, to meet their demands. Government, again, they are still part of the transportation participants. It is because, again, transportation helps the economy, no? And it also benefits the government. No? Because it creates jobs, business opportunities. Muna kong gi-mention kanina. Carriers and agents, or of course, no? The relationship between the shipper and the consignee. Anya, di man pud ka receive og items si consignee, man pud ka deliver si shipper siyang items if walay carrier, no? Or walay logistics partner nga motabang nila og ship ato nga items to the receiver. Okay, economy of scale. So, as you can see, if usaray mong ipadala, no, mas expensive siya kay $100 per book ang imong shipping costs, and only an example. No, this is the graph, no, in the economies of scale. Next is if 1,000 ka book ang imuhang ipadala, no, by book imong ipadala nga libro. Oh, so $10 lang ang ihang cost per book, no. So, mas cheaper na lang siya. Magi mo pong i-compute gud dapat itong ibutang. Tag 95 ang item. O niya, ang shipping cost is at least 100 or 200. Pero kung palito nimo at least 1,000 ka buka ng tag 95, di na ka babayad og tag 200 per item kay ang iyahang shipping cost regardless of pila yung paliton, fixed na siya. So, makatipid ka kay tungod daghan kag paliton pero ang shipping cost niya for the price of one. But if you're only going to pay one item, for the shipping cost of one, no? Medyo expensive siya gamay. Wait lang. Uy, okay, let's continue. Next is economies of distance. Please inform me ha if nawala ko class. Under economies of distance, kay of course, no, if 1 mile raya ko, no, $50 per mile ang iyahang isingil sa imuha, no? But if 500 miles, o tag $10. Samot pa jud if 1,000 miles ang distance, no? From the shipper to the consignee. So, tag $5 lang per. So, that's just an example, no, of the scale. So, the larger the distance, the less the transportation costs per unit of distance or per mile. Na-mention yun ako earlier. Okay, let's now proceed to transportation participants. As what I've mentioned earlier, no, we have the consignee or the receiver, you have the shipper, the public, the government, and of course the internet. No, internet is also a very important participant, no, because it helps you monitor your parcels, no, or also, no, it helps um, advertise, no, like for example, baligya ka, oh, most efficient way to advertise is through social media, no, as your platform, because everyone is on social media these days, no, so that's also a very effective way, no, of advertising your products, no, for sale. So first is the shipper and the consignee. Mo jud ni siya ang kanang mag pinaka, kung sa pa class mo siya ang pinaka main cast jud ni si shipper and the consignee. So of course, the shipper, no, I need something shipped at the lowest possible cost, no. If I'm going to ship this product, because of course, no, although the consignee pays for the shipping fee, but medyo kan po siya bugat on my part if dako po lang ang ano expensive po ng shipping fee because dili sila ma-entice to buy my products, no, because although it's affordable but the shipping fee is expensive, no, so it can discourage my customers, no, so I need something, or I need a carrier, no, that can ship my items at the lowest possible cost so that my customers or consumers would not be discouraged in buying my products. So, si consignee po, I need something delivered at the lowest possible cost because I will be paid the delivery fee, no? So, kanang lowest possible cost. So, this is where the carrier and agent comes in, no? To provide the demands and the need of the shipper and the consignee. Next is, we can find a shipper, no? And the shipper can say, we can also find a carrier because we have the equipment, no? We have delivery trucks, no? We have contacts to cargo ships, no? We have all the equipment to package your product in case that you do not have a delivery box, no? Or wala kay marag pouch to deliver your items. So, we can do it for you, no? So, mo na siya, no? Next is the government. So, transportation system is vital for the country's economic health. Again, with transportation, no, businesses, no, small business owners like Sir Duca, no, and other businesses, no, can deliver or can expand their market to other places because, dili lang sila mag-limit here in San Carlos City, no, they can ship nationwide because of carriers and agents, so because of logistics, because of transportation, no, and because of that, no, ni flourish, no, or ni thrive ang business ni Sir Duca, and that helps the economy, no? So, expanding yung business, no? So, ang flow sa cash, mayo kayo. Okay? So, the internet is also a participant because, of course, you can track your shipments, no? Online. You can also purchase fuel, transportation equipment, and supplies in the internet. No, dili na ka mangitag mo calling cards sa imong suppliers class because you have the internet. No, everything is provided. No, mabitaw na ingon sa kung kuan kana di na mo sa graduate school, no, he mentioned nga Google is like an all-knowing God, no. Di man siya blasphemy, no. Siya blasphemous ka kan because it knows everything, no, with just one click of a button, no. Everything is there. So it can also match products needing to be shipped with available capacity. So it's much convenient on the part of the consignee and the shipper, no, and even the public because of course everything is there, no. Igul na siya ka mangita sa una kanang ang mga para nang mag product demo sa amua class, no, katong nag OJT ko sa Crown na niya magpakita man na sila, like for example we are planning to have um a milkshake bar in Crown, no, unya ngita mig mga suppliers, no, and ingredients for that, no, nya dili na mo agto dito og kuan nya mag-advertise pa si company sa ilahang mga ingredients or magtuwa mi dito, no, mo on-site jud mi og agto sa ilahang company to acquire products and ingredients. So in the internet is already present, no, igon lang siya ka maglantaw dira, no, and then you just have to read the reviews if maayo ba, no, so mo na siya ang nakanindot sa internet. Okay, so again, the public is also an important participant in transportation because it creates the demand for transportation by purchasing products. Like for example, we want this, we need this, asa man mi ani. No, so the shipper can provide it because it has been demanded by the public, so they will create that demand, no, and offer it to the public. Person lang, kuan, kanang nanginahanglan man ko og kuan oy kanang wala jud ka baligya diri sa San Carlos City, unya nay nakano na hala, what if I would start a business like this to kay daghan ni kita ani sa San Carlos, unya wala pay nakabaligya ani, so I'll be the first one to deliver this, no? Because the public demands it and then someone can create it for you. Okay, next meeting I will discuss transportation network data, no, the inbound, outbound, interfacility on Wednesday, and rest assured that of course, class, di na putol-putol. No, putol-putol ta kay gahinay ang internet tayo sa school. I'll just have my class at home. No, kay mas strong ang internet connection dito. Okay?